we are out of the Europa League. We're out of our tournament. This is our tournament, the 2020s. This is the tournament. This is the competition where, as I've said before, and I've bored you enough in this podcast, we got ourselves back to being Rangers, really, after the travails of 2012, finding ourselves in the fourth tier of Scottish football and having to work up through the leagues, and Celtic enabled Celtic to get such a stranglehold on the domestic scene that even when we were back in the top flight, and Steven Gerrard had to take his time to rebuild us really in the top flight, and he did it via the Europa League, going through 4 qualifying rounds in 2018, 2019, one of the most amazing achievements I've ever seen, considering what Rangers were at that point in time. But the previous season we got out in the very first European tie, the first European tie we'd had since we were in the lower leagues. We went out to Progress Niederkorn of Luxembourg. It was one of the biggest humiliations of my life as a Rangers supporter, one of the biggest shocks as well. And for Gerrard to come in, and I think it only happened maybe once or twice before, that a team went through all 4 qualifying rounds to get into the group stage, and then the following season went through 4 qualifying rounds again, and we got out of the group stage. And at the knockouts the following season, 3 qualifying rounds, and we won the group stage, and the following season we got to the final. Lost that in penalties. A few seasons later we're in a quarter final, and here we are tonight. We're out the Europa League. We're out of it at the 3rd qualifying round. Last season I'm humiliated as a Rangers supporter. I'm like, this is horrendous what happened to us against Club Brugge, but I was still like, this is the kind of thing that can happen when you're in a rebuild, and we just dropped into the Europa League group stages as a booby prize. And I'm like, that's a sign. That's one of those things I was talking about in the preview pod last night, when you're trying to come back from what Rangers are trying to come back from. And it's almost like, because what we're trying to get back to, we're trying to go forward to get back. Psychologically, we're just trying to get Rangers back to winning and retaining league titles and winning major trophies every season, basically, in Scotland, and trying not to get humiliated in Europe, as was the story for most of my life. And I think when you're trying to plough forward to get back to something psychologically, it's a weird thing, and it almost necessitates that the way that we do get forward, when we make the true leaps forward, we don't notice it, because it's enshrouded in a setback. And that thing of just dropping into the Europa League last season, we just forgot about the fact that just a few seasons before, just 2 minutes before, it feels like when you're my age, it was an absolute miracle to be getting through 4 qualifying rounds to get into the Europa League group stage. That was, oh my God, this is nirvana. We're in our European group stage again. And then a few seasons later, oh Christ, we're just in the Europa League group stage. Taking it for granted, seeing it as a booby prize, is in itself a sign of how massively we've advanced, how close we're getting to being the club we were pre-2012. But